I'm Talia and this is Dan, and welcome to our renovation. We are living in a beautiful Victorian London terrace house. It is just the most gorgeous blue colour, and we both fell in love with this house the first time we came to view it. In fact, I think I even fell in love with it when I saw it on.
No, you did.
On Rightmove.
You did.
I did. It was one of those ones where I was like, that's the one. No, don't even need to go see it.
No, you called it, honestly, about 4 months before a few months before we even viewed it.
Yeah,
Talia called it.
I called it. I was like, that's the one. But it is just absolutely amazing and stunning, and we feel so lucky to be here. We moved in at the end of November 2020.
What a year.
What a year, best year ever. And literally since we moved in, we have been renovating the property.
We've already started work in the master bedroom and ensuite. So this video is basically taken just before we're about to lay the flooring in the bedroom. You can see behind me new furniture in here, and we're almost starting with the kitchen too. So exciting things to come.
The main thing we've taken from this in our renovation is that this is actually a really, really old house. It was built in the 1870s. And that means it's not perfect. You know, ceilings, the walls are very higgledy-piggledy. There are stairs everywhere.
It's good fun. It's good
fun, and it has so much character, and that's just something that we were really, really interested in, and just that we loved so much about the property when we came to view it. Yeah, it's just we're really, really happy, and we feel really lucky to be here.
There we are.
Yeah.
So we're going to be documenting the renovation journey, and I guess to kick things off, this is a home tour. So pre-renovation home tour.
Yeah.
Certainly not the finished product.
Oh no.
Make sure you're fully aware that there's going to be some terrible rooms ahead, but
yeah.
You know, if you follow us throughout this, you'll see how they're going to change and just evolve into our style and how we want it to be.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, that's it. Starting in the kitchen and then working our way up to the top.
Welcome to our kitchen. We think the kitchen is about 30 years old, and let's just say it's very well loved, and it's got a lot of use out of it, but it is nearing the end of its life, so we are going to be removing it. This section is basically the only work space available in the whole kitchen, these two things here. And I mean, this is a really big kitchen, so it doesn't really make sense as to why there's only like these tiny bits of workspace available, but it's really frustrating, especially when you're doing a big old meal and you've got pasta and you've got sauce and you've got chicken and everything going. There's just not enough space to cook it all. So we obviously are going to be getting a lot more work space in here. The main issue we find with the kitchen is the lack of an extractor fan. There is no extractor fan here, which basically means if you've got something on the hob, all of the fumes are going up. There's shelves on top of it, so it sticks to the shelves. These shelves are unbelievably sticky, and actually when we moved in, we tried our best to scrub them down, and it didn't make any difference. So these are just sticky of, honestly, I think years and years of food. And then in terms of like appliances, they're just a bit old, not really working great. The oven is very old, dishwasher barely closes, you really have to give it a good shove. The sink's a bit buggered as well, and the tap. So, I mean, everything just needs a little bit of a zhuzh. But it's not all bad, We are going to be keeping the window seat. We love the window seat. I've always loved a window seat, so I was really happy when we were looking around the house that they had a window seat here. Along here, we're going to be having all of our base units and all of our wall cabinets, and we're going to be moving the oven. Well, we're getting a new oven. We're going to be getting a freestanding oven here in the middle, and we will be building an extractor fan, which will go up here, and then it's on the outside wall, so the flue is basically going to run along the length of the kitchen, so all of the cooking can be outside. And then in the middle of the space, because the kitchen is actually really big for a townhouse kitchen, for a London townhouse kitchen, we are going to be putting an island in the middle, which I'm very excited about. Always wanted a kitchen island. It's just going to be really great for entertaining. It's going to give me a lot more workspace to work on. The sink is going to be in the island, as is the dishwasher. And yeah, we're just going to have some stools at the back and some lights coming down, you know, just classic kitchen island. And then on this side, we are going to be having all of our tall pantry and larder units. So we've got, I think we've got 2 larder units, 1 big double doors pantry unit, which I'm really excited for. And we're going to be having a fridge freezer on the end, which is going to be a 70-30 fridge freezer. I think the dog wants to go out. Do you want to go outside? Is it time to go outside? Good boy. Good boy. Well done for singing. You're going to like it. There you go. Go on. Come on. No? That was a hell no. Let's talk about the lights. There are 26 spotlights in this room, and we have absolutely no idea why. It doesn't need 26 spotlights. The room is, it's a dark room, it's in the basement. We don't have that much light in here, but I mean, this is just ridiculous. And I guess last but not least, is in this part of the room to talk about flooring. We're going to be getting rid of this flooring, and we're going to get a tumbled limestone floor on here, and it's going to be kind of a beigey cream colour, which is going to go really well with our units, as they are actually a baby duck egg blue colour, and the top of those are a marble. So I think that's going to work really nicely in here. I'm looking forward to getting a stone flooring. We'll have underfloor heating because I don't want a cold floor. So in this section, so this was built out. We think it's always been like this. We're going to be bringing this back as far as we can, as underneath here. Underneath here it's hollow, but when you get further back it's actually concrete, and I think this is just the way that the basement was built. So we're going to bring this back as far as we can, just so it stops in front of the concrete. We're not sure why it's pushed out so far. It really does compromise on a lot of space. And we're getting rid of the banisters. We're still in the basement, but we are going up to the dining room now, which is up like 2 steps. So I mean, it's still in the basement. But the dining room is, again, one of our favourite rooms in the house. Like
every room,
we say that
every room is a favourite room.
We say that about every room, but the dining room is truly. And the reason we love it so much is because it is so light in there. At the back they have, or we have, I guess now, these beautiful double glass doors at the back, and
similar to the bedroom actually. Similar to the bedroom.
Yeah, very well, to the master.
Yeah,
bedroom,
master bedroom.
Similar to the master bedroom, where that whole wall is just full of glass and doors. It's the same in the dining room, and I think I've mentioned this before probably, but because the house is south facing, we get so much light when it is sunny.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It brings in so much light, and it's nice as well because the kitchen technically doesn't get that much light, because all we have is the window at the front, and that looks
it does
out
channel light
wall.
through though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but with those doors, it brings light through, which is great, because before we moved in, we were thinking about doing a side return. Most London houses have that now, so we thought that we just had to do it. To add a lot more light into the kitchen, and it is something that, you know, may happen in the future.
It's going to be a beautiful room. We're going to get a round dining table in there. I have fought quite hard for this round dining table. Tally wanted a long rectangle shape.
Well, yeah, but that's because I've actually, to be fair, I've actually never sat on a round dining table, I don't think.
No, I know, and I would definitely agree. You know, normal dining table. However, the room isn't actually as wide and as long as what we thought. So I think a nice round table in the middle with a really nice, what are we calling it? A cluster chandelier? You know, with all the lights where they like sort of individual lights that then fall into forming a cluster.
I would say a cluster. I like the word cluster.
That's a good word.
It's a good word to say, cluster.
And then
like clump. Clump is such a nice word to say.
It's not an immediate project. When does the dining room get done?
Not for a while.
It's sort of phase 3.
Yeah, it's like right near the bottom of the list.
But it's going to be a beautiful room. We're going to have paneling on the walls similar to the bedroom and I guess the rest of the house. The double doors are going to get removed. We're going to have a nice archway going into it, sort of open plan as much as we can. That rhymed.
Plan as much as we can.
What else?
My name is Dan.
To scrap this idea and start my freestyle
Rap.
So, disclaimer now for the rest of the house. We don't live like this normally. This is what it's like, I guess, in a renovation when everything just gets delivered at once, everything is just dumped at once, and I mean, it's just, it's
pigsty.
It's mental.
It's an absolute pigsty.
It's horrible.
It's awful.
And we just shove things in rooms and hope they stay there, and then we don't have to look at it until it's obviously been brought out to be installed. So just bear with the rest of the house.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the reality of the renovation. We're not trying to hide anything.
No.
This is the way we're living right now. It's an absolute mess.
It's not how we will be living, but never mind.
Never mind.
Drawing room.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to start?
Yeah,
Okay.
so the drawing room is, I mean, we say drawing room, I've always grown up calling like the formal sitting room a drawing room, but it is the formal sitting room. And I mean, the first thing to talk about really is at the moment when it's right at the front of the house, so you walk straight into the drawing room. We're going to change that, and we are going to be building a wall that will separate that room from the entryway. So therefore there will be a hallway now.
With an archway, obviously, so we can get into the drawing room.
Yeah, like with an archway, or,
Yeah.
you know, so we can get in, we're not just closing it off. And so we are going to be building a hallway, and that will just make sure that there is a
Divide.
Yeah.
We both agreed that we don't like walking straight into a property, straight into the living room.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a hallway. It's nice to put your boots and the
Your
dog,
mucky stuff,
so you
yeah.
can clean the dog without going straight into an area where there's furniture and...
Yeah, I mean, our dog would I just know full well that...
He's a nightmare.
He's a nightmare. And we're getting cream sofas, and I can just see it happening now. He's gone for a lovely walk, got really muddy, and he's going to jump all over the cream sofas.
Yeah.
So, it's not happening.
No. But no, and then we're basically, in the drawing room there is currently full-length bookshelves. So whilst we first wanted to just get rid of them completely because, I mean, they're pretty old and they're just, anyways, we've actually decided to repurpose them.
Yeah.
What did you call them?
Upcycle.
Upcycle, I like that,
Upcycle.
So we're gonna upcycle them and take two and essentially put them to the back of the room where the TV, the previous owner's TV used to be. You can see some wires hanging out there, and you know, paint them, fill in a lot of the holes, sand them down, just make them look a lot nicer, bring them back to
Their former glory. Or a new glory.
a new glory, and make a reading nook in the back of the drawing room. You want that, don't you?
I want that. I read a lot of
In
books.
the corner.
Yeah.
And then a sofa and two chairs around the fireplace with a coffee table. No TV. What else?
I think that's it for now. We're trying to work out, like, there's going to be a space kind of behind the sofa where the windows are. I really would like kind of an old school trunk, a vintage trunk under there, and I've been doing some research, haven't managed to find anything quite right yet, but I'm sure there'll be something out there that we can pick up. But
And I want a table because there is a radiator there. So if we push a trunk up against
I
it,
always forget about the radiator.
and then we can have a nice vase or something. I don't know. So we're still deciding with the drawing room, but currently it is full of, which we haven't mentioned actually, it's full of the kitchen units.
Yeah, all of our new kitchen is...
The new kitchen is in there, and it's all laying flat because the massive tiles that are going into our ensuite basically need a massive work surface, I suppose, to be cut. They're not being cut by a saw as such, it's more, I was told the technical term. You put a slight cut down the tile and then you just snap them, and they kind of snap into, I really should know what that's called. Because they're 2.5 meters long, they basically need a really long platform to be cut on, so for the time being, that's where they are residing. Fireplace is, I want to just redo it.
Dan wants to redo the fireplace completely, whereas I'm a little bit hesitant. First of all, they have marble on the fireplace right now, and it's actually a really nice marble, so we're definitely going to keep that. There is no reason to get rid of that. The issue is the wood around the fireplace, the mantle. I think it's nice, and it's not something that I feel like has to be replaced, but the issue is it's quite flimsy and it's also really dark, and our house vibe is just not dark. We're doing a lot of
We'd
light.
have to repurpose it. We'd have to paint it and
paint it, which I think we should. I think we should. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but he is like adamant that we're not. So okay. Well, the TV room. So what we're doing is the whole room has got a pink theme. It's not going to be a pink room, but like I guess the color that I'm going to be weaving through that room is pink. So
is it Barbie pink?
No, it's not Barbie pink. It's like a pastel pink.
Pastel.
So the sofa that we've got, the fabric on it is actually pink. It's not like super pink. It's like a creamy pink.
Pale.
So yeah, very, very, very pale pink. And it's just going to be a really cool, entertaining room. This is the room where the TV will be, hence why it's called the TV room. And because there are water mains.
Because the loo and the sink was there, basically there's waste and water services already in situ, so we're going to build along that wall a wet bar, so install a bar area, so worktop, sink, not mini fridge, integrated
Fridge? Wine cooler?
Wine cooler, no, fridge. Something.
Fridge.
And then really nice shelving with some nice lights, lots of drinks, whiskey, bourbon, gin, everything you could want, with lots of nice crystal glasses and all sorts of fun,
weird and wonderful
amazing
things. It's basically like the drinking room.
And we're going to do the similar sort of cornicing that we have in our bedroom, so slightly dropped below the ceiling so we can have some nice mood LED light strips, so make a really nice atmosphere in there when watching a movie.
And so the bar, in the summer of 2020, we were very, very fortunate to be able to travel a little bit. We were in Canada and we went to Lake Louise, which is one of the most beautiful places on earth, and I recommend everybody.
Oh, no, it has to
everybody has to
the
go
most
there.
beautiful
it's
place.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
So we drove to Lake Louise and we stayed in Fairmont there, and they had the most amazing bar. It was really Art Deco, 20s theme. It was just, oh my God, it was
beautiful.
It was so nice. And after that experience, I remember Dan and I, we already knew that, you know, we wanted to get a place in London. And I remember after that experience, I was like, whatever we buy in London, I just want to make sure there's enough space for a bar, because I want the Fairmont bar.
So we're going to have to tie in, somehow, we're going to have to think about it, but we're going to tie in the sort of pinks and the creams into sort of
green,
an Art
dark
Deco-y bar.
Yeah.
Sounds potentially difficult, but we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, it'll be fine.
So heading upstairs, we head to the first floor.
The first floor, yeah.
Which is where we're currently staying, which is where our bedroom is. The main master bedroom is something, I mean, we've shown a lot of crap rooms. This is just beyond.
This is on another level.
This is
really
just,
bad. It's not even
it's
like,
going to be beautiful.
Yeah, no, oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
We said everything.
No, but the front spare bedroom genuinely is one of the like showstopper rooms in the house. It has these beautiful bay windows in the front of it, 3 of them, and they're just stunning. And I remember when we got the house, sent it to all of our friends and family and everything, and every single person said, just so you know, that front spare bedroom is mine, it's my bedroom. And now I have about 10 people who all want to claim that spare bedroom as their own. They're just gonna have to find it out.
They are.
I can't promise it to anyone. You're gonna have to find it out.
We'll do a big reveal of that room once we have, we're getting some waste clearance guys coming end of this week, beginning of next. So once they've cleared out a lot of the crap,
yeah, I mean that front spare bedroom is probably the worst.
Yeah. But then, so adjacent, it's bad. And then adjacent to that is where we're currently staying, which is the second spare bedroom.
Yeah, we call it the small bedroom. It's a little bit small, but it's, you know, perfect size for just like a double bed and chest of drawers, and that's really all you need in there. There's not much to say about it, really.
No, we're just gonna get a nice bed in there. Again, follow the colour schemes that we've sort of had throughout the house, bring it in there. Yeah, I think what we definitely want to do, which we've actually seen on a lot of other properties, is that we don't want to forget about the spare bedrooms. We don't want to sort of, whilst you don't have to spend a lot of money to make things look nice, you can actually do things like relatively cheaply. For example, the wall mouldings that we have in our bedroom here. A great and affordable way to really sort of bring a room to life and really give it sort of elegance and depth and just make it look beautiful. So we don't want to just completely forget about the spare rooms and just go, there it is. We want to really put in some time and effort, but obviously not spend too much money of the budget on them.
Yeah. No, they're still, like, they're a really important part of the renovation, especially the front spare bedroom. It is a really important part, and yeah, I think it's
going to be good
to say not to forget about them.
And then going down the landing, up more stairs, you go towards the end, and then we have the study, which again is being used as a bedroom right now, so it's just being taken up by the bedroom, and but it's going to have, how did you want to have that room? A sofa with a desk, or a desk and a chair?
Probably a desk and a chair. The room it's long, but it's small widthways.
It's very narrow.
Yeah, so I mean, you'll be able to see, we've got this as a double bed, I think, in here right now, and it just takes up the whole room. So we're not going to be able to like throw a load of furniture in there or anything like that. But it's a study, so all we really need is a desk, a bookshelf, and a chair.
And yeah, and the fitted furniture in all of the bedrooms are coming out.
Yeah, we're getting rid of all the fitted furniture.
It's all going.
Yeah. So it will open up the space a lot more once that's removed. The dog actually really likes this room.
It's a very bright room.
It's really bright, it's at the back, so when it's sunny it gets loads of light in there, and if we never know where the dog is, we just know that he's probably in that room. And he normally is.
But and this room also has like its issues with the boiler. So the boiler is located next door to this room, and the flue pipe is going out of this room and out to the house. However, I mean, you don't need to be a gas engineer to realise that what the previous owners had was basically very, very, very dangerous. The flue pipe is, it's not boxed in, it's just shoved through the fitted furniture, and it's connected with duct tape. So it's an incredibly, incredibly dangerous room. We have 3 carbon monoxide testers in there, and to be honest, we're not really going in there very often at the moment, because adjacent to that room is the boiler, and I mean,
it's Frankenstein's monster.
Talia calls it Frankenstein's monster,
really
and that is
awful.
the best way to describe it.
I don't even know, like, I don't know boilers, so I don't know what I'm looking at.
But you can tell.
Even I knew, like, I opened up the cupboard when we came to view the house and stuff, and I was like,
part of it is propped up on an overturned bin, and
it's really, really bad. And like Dan said, for somebody who knows not one thing about boilers, I know that is bad news, really bad news. So
yeah. My dad took a look at it and basically said, the cistern is too small for the house. It won't hold enough hot water. The boiler itself is way too inefficient. It's like a G rating or something. But hey ho, part of the fun.
Part of the fun.
And then sort of once you leave Frankenstein's monster and the potential death room, you head upstairs to where the master bedroom is, and Talia's going to be up there to show you.
Okay, so this is our almost renovated dressing room and bedroom. So if you come in, this area here actually used to be the previous owner's bedroom. They had their bed up against this wall, but the space is actually obviously a lot smaller than what it is over here, so we decided to make this into the dressing room. So these are my wardrobes, and then this is my island, and this is my wardrobe, and this is my dressing table, and then this is Dan's wardrobe. He only gets one, but that is purely because I have lots more clothes and lots more accessories than he does, so he only needs one. But all of our wardrobe furniture is from Symphony. I believe it's the Orion range, and the colour is ivory. And can I open this one? Is there anything in it? No. There's nothing in it right now, but there is things in this one. So this one, for example, this is going to be my handbag and shoe wardrobe, and I've just got all my shelves in there ready to display all my nice things, but right now it's just a dumping ground. We obviously still need to get handles for the wardrobes. We're going for some gold handles. We're basically having gold accents throughout the room. So we'll have gold handles, we're going to have gold on. These are our switches right now. The plate isn't on, but we do have a gold plate for that. And we also need to get work surfaces as well, and I'm just going to get dog. Bourbon. We obviously need to get work surfaces as well, so I was umming and ahhing over whether to go for marble or keep it plain. You're going to see that we actually have a lot of marble going on, so I don't know whether to go for marble. I decided to go for plain instead, just because I thought there'd be way too much marble if I put it on here as well. So we're just going to go plain white. The work surfaces are coming from Minerva, and it will be the same on here, just plain white, but a nice bright sparkling white, not like an off-white. A white. And then flooring wise, in here and also in the bedroom, we're going for Karndean, and we're getting it in a herringbone finish, and the one that we're getting is Mountain Oak, which is a lovely creamy light wood with a few hints of grey in there. It's really nice, and I think it's going to look absolutely gorgeous, so I'm excited for when that gets put down. And I guess this area here is going to be our bedroom. So I think the first thing to talk about is probably the fireplace. This fireplace was a late addition. We didn't actually think about putting a fireplace in the bedroom, and then we realised actually to get one is not the most expensive thing in the world and was within budget, so why not? So we put the fireplace in. It is from Aga, the fireplace. And these tiles are actually going to be the tiles that we use for the master bathroom. However, when we ordered them, we realised we actually had a few spare, and it made the most sense to just use them for the fireplace. So we put them on the fireplace, and they were an absolute bitch to cut. And it took 3 days to cut them and get them on this fireplace. And there was actually only, there's 4 tiles. So 3 days to cut 4 tiles. It was not an enjoyable time. I didn't cut them, obviously Dan and Adrian did, but if I had, I would have probably cried because I get very stressed. So, but totally worth it. They look absolutely amazing, as you can see, and Dan and Adrian have done a really good job of getting all of the veining joined up together, and I just think it looks pretty mega, to be honest. So we love our fireplace. It's a great feature. We had the cornicing installed actually not too long ago, and oh my gosh, it made such a difference to the room. Originally the room came without cornicing, and I've never walked into a room and gone, oh my gosh, that's such lovely cornicing, but I feel like I'm going to start doing that now because I really do notice it, and it has just made this room feel so much more elegant, and it just really is like such a nice finishing touch that you wouldn't really think of, but it's just, we're really happy with it. And I mean, the reason it's kind of off the ceiling is we're actually putting LED lights in there. So when you turn the lights on, it's going to all light up around, and I think that's going to be really cool. And then I guess some more plaster work. We've also got our ceiling roses. These obviously aren't up on the ceiling yet, but I just really love them. And they're kind of a little bit different than I've ever seen before. So I'm excited to get them on the wall, or on the ceiling, I should say, too. Flooring is the same as the dressing room, Karndean Mountain Oak in herringbone, and then our colour we're going for here, we're going for Faro and Windwall White. It is, I believe it's like one shade off of that all white colour, but it is slightly warmer. I didn't want it to be like a bright white in here. I thought that would just make the room too cold. And I'm all about feeling warm because I'm always cold, so it's just a slightly warmer white, but that's not on what's on the walls right now. What's on the walls right now is just our primer, and I think we're doing about 3 coats of this, because if you do, the more primer you do, the further your actual paint goes. So yeah, we're going to do as much primer as we can, because Faro and Ball is expensive, and I want to make sure I get every last drop out of that paint tin. And I guess the last thing to say on the walls is we are going to be paneling the walls. So we got our mouldings from Wix. They are pine, just because the plaster mouldings were actually really expensive. And if you look at this wall, Dan has already measured out what the panels are going to look like. So Dan and I are going to put them up this week, and we're going to be gluing them to the wall, and then we're painting them the same colour as the walls are going to be. We're not going to have a difference. I'm not going to have a difference of colour. We're going to paint them the same colour as the walls. And I think that's going to be really nice. I think it's going to, again, make the room a lot more elegant and just give it a little something as well. And then that's basically it. Then the rest to come is our furniture. We've got an absolutely huge bed, which I didn't look at the measurements before I ordered it, and now we're like, holy shit, our bed is huge. So it comes like all the way out here, which basically doesn't give us too much walking space, but enough, which is all we wanted. We just wanted enough for us to get through, so I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine. But we're not sure when our bed's coming. Everything is delayed at the moment, so I guess we're just going to have to see once it arrives. And then if we come through here, this is obviously our master bathroom. Now this room is nowhere near really as done as the rest of the upstairs, but we're getting there, It basically is at a stage now where it's ready for tiling. So we've got all the boards down, filled in all the holes, which is what all this orange stuff is, foam. And yeah, this room is ready to be tiled, but we've put that on hold just for a month or so Dan and Adrian can get over the absolute hassle of what it was tiling the fireplace, because they've got a tile in here as well, and obviously it's a lot bigger. And we've actually got the tiles on the fireplace are actually smaller tiles. They only measure 1.2 by 1.2, but the tiles in here, they measure 2.7 by 1.2, so meters. So they are absolutely humongous, and yeah, that's just going to be an absolute faff, and I don't have to do it. Over here where Dan is standing this section here is going to be our vanity unit. So what we had to do is we actually had to push this all out a fair bit, just because we have a double sink in here and there wasn't really going to be enough space between the big vanity unit and the bath. So we pushed it out, which gives us more than enough space now to open all of our drawers and enough walkway space, and you know, there's not going to be any issues between the bath and vanity. And yeah, like I said, it's a double sink, which I'm very excited about. Dan is absolutely ecstatic that he doesn't have to deal with all of my beauty products all over his side. But I mean, we are having 4 drawers in here now, so maybe, probably not because I'm messy, but they might live in a drawer. And then we've got a beautiful big mirror from Ochre coming in here, and I need to decide on lights, but yeah, this is going to be a really exciting room. I'm excited to see it finished.